Hello and welcome everyone, I am Madals and this is another StarCraft 2 England cast. Now today guys, I have got a game from the HP Trophy 2. It is the qualifiers, which means it's best of 1 games, and it is between LucifroN, the green Terran player in the lower left, and in the lower right we do have NightEnD as the blue Terran, Protoss Terran, definitely Protoss. Get it right, gosh. Anyway, so this is a TvP, and that means fun times, everybody. They are in the close by ground positions. It's not forced cross spawn, and this basically means we should get some good fun from both these players. Now, let's just talk a little bit about the map. Obviously, Shakuras Plateau, you have a very easy to take natural base, to be honest. Let's face it, that ramp is tiny. Then third base choice, I doubt we'll see them take the usual positions. If they're in cross spawn, they both probably take this base just so they're clumped up, but they probably won't both expand towards each other. They'll probably expand vertically. That's the most likely thing we'll see. In terms of strategy, well, early game, gateway units, awesome. Then Stimpack comes out, Marine Marauders are awesome. And then we see Colossus or High Templar ready for the splash, just still with the infantry. So we'll wait and see how that all goes down. But for the moment, we've got the probe coming over. Really quite an early scout, actually, out of NightEnD, who so far has just got that pylon. So I'm a little bit interested to see what he's going to do. Because he really should have built something, unless he's going... No, he's not going Nexus first. I was going to say, like, that would have been stupidly early. Just going very economical at the moment. Clearly a little pause there. LucifroN, on the other hand, hasn't built his barracks, so almost certainly going Command Center first now. Will that probe manage to get a block off? We'll wait and see. Obviously, if a block did go off, it'd be very, very detrimental to the build. But Command Center... going up on the high ground, forming the wall off, and that's just a safer way of going command center first. All very, very nice. We've got the gas coming down there for NightEnD. I mean, looking at the map, obviously, the other thing to note is this kind of back entrance, which could really play into Blink Stalker with an Observer type builds. That could be very, very potent indeed. Reapers could also be good, just in terms of very, very quick access to the probe line, but I doubt we'll see those, to be honest. And, well, drops potentially viable. Lots of dead space around here should the game go on that long. But for the moment, it looks like both players are going pretty economically focused. NightEnD really just getting up a bit of gas. We should see a cyber core thrown down very, very soon. Quite surprised that hasn't actually been thrown down yet. All the control coming on that probe. Just taking a look at the build order. There are 2 barracks now on their way. That second barracks I don't think can be seen. Nope, it can't. So, again, that's going to be fun. There goes down the Nexus, though, from NightEnD. He knows his opponent is expanding, so he's going to expand as well. The Command Center first followed up by double barracks. Very, very standard. Sometimes you even see a third barracks thrown added on very, very quickly to the building structures as well, just to get a lot of Marines out to be defended against any kind of early pressure. There goes the Cybernetics core. Now, quite a lot of gas banked up here already, I'm noticing, for NightEnD. Perhaps that's for a strategy he's got planned. Really quite gas intensive. Got the gas early, but not the double gas, so that's a nice way of kind of just banking up for later on, so to speak. We've got the pylon coming down there. Now, really so far, there goes down the third barracks. No gas at all, yes, for LucifroN. That's going to mean he's going to be a bit safe now. He's going to be good in the mid-game in terms of good economy, but his tech is going to be behind. So if NightEnD gets some good tech up, that could cause a bit of a problem now. Obviously, that's SCV is getting shied away by the Zealot. Another Zealot coming out, interestingly, not a Stalker. So this is now an awful lot of gas banked up for NightEnD, and I'm really interested to see what he's going to use said gas for. He's got Warp Gate tech on the way, but with so much gas getting banked up, and the second gas now, I'm just really interested to see if he's going to chuck down some kind of tech structure, be it a robotics facility or the Stargate. But for the moment, he's not getting either of those, so all a little bit mysterious, so to speak. But looking here, we've got the third barracks about to finish on. No add-ons yet, but the double gas are down, so we should see add-ons fairly soon. Now, there goes the robotics facility. Now, obviously, the gas still piling on really quite quickly. Now, the only thing I'm thinking is, with that rally point, obviously an Observer will come out first. What else could we see? Well, obviously, Blink Stalkers is still an option, especially with that much gas. It's a very viable option. But we've got more sentries coming out. It looks like it's a more defensive play at the moment. But hey, what's this? We've got quite a few Marines moving out right now. They don't have Stim or anything, but Stim is just starting researching. So perhaps these Marines are just purely being used by LucifroN to gain the map control, to really push his opponent back, keep him guessing. But the Watchtower is being held. The Stalker gives away the position of those units, and the Stalker is now completely trapped and is going to go down. The Zealots are able to get into very, very close range. So good start to step micro from LucifroN at the moment, and he is going to be able to pick up all the Zealots and not lose too much. The Stalker should be able to get away now. In terms of the loss tab, really quite equal, so that is all fine. It was a pretty similar engagement. Now, a factory coming down, that's most likely just going to be used to power add-ons and get the starport tech rather. First Immortal on its way. We do have 2 more gateways added on as well now. Interesting, the thing I'm noting is there was no War Prism. That is really... No, not sorry, War Prism, no Observer. That is really, really quite unusual. And I'm purely just to get that Immortal out so quickly. Clearly NightEnD slightly concerned about some super early pressure. Now getting that Observer. We've got more sentries coming out at the moment, so this is a very, very defensive build. Getting that Immortal out just means that you're really quite strong against any kind of Marauder heavy army or anything like that. And looking around, we've got the Starport coming down. We've got obviously the Reactor, the Medevacs. We've got the double Reactor on the Barracks. We've got the +1 infantry attack. The 3rd gas as well is out there. All 4 gas up for the Protoss player. We've got the Warp Gates coming in. We've got the Twilight Council and the Forge now. And the Twilight Council almost certainly going to be used for Blink. And, well, just waiting to see how this all plays out for the moment. Both players really quite passive. We've got the bunker coming down there for LucifroN. Good bunker placement. Again, he knows he's safe because of the center watchtower. That's why we didn't see it earlier. If he didn't have the map control, I would expect to see the bunker slightly sooner, just to allow him the opportunity to defend any big gateway pushes. Now, we do have 2 medevacs on their way out. Not going to be used for dropping or anything like that. I'll just join the main army just to give him more survivability, almost certainly. And, well, now we've got Zealot charge on its way out. That, of course, increases the Zealot's move speed and also allows them to basically sprint in and get in range of these Marines and infantry a lot quicker, which makes actually the Zealot utility hugely more helpful. We do have Stimpack done. That is the critical update. It makes gateway units so much better against, it makes Terran infantry so much better against gateway units. The medevacs on their way down now. We do have more medevacs on the way now. Dark Shrine. So this is definitely going to be some kind of Archon timing push, almost certainly. There's a Zealot Archon is really the build order that is being aimed for here, with just a couple of Immortals in the mix as well, which is really nice. Now, just looking here, we've got good war pins coming in from everything. And the fact that on the high ground is clearly, and in anticipation of some kind of drop into the main base, that's all good. The Dark Shrine very hidden out of the way. Even if a scan went off, it would be very unlikely to pick up. A scan would usually go down sort of around this area, so we'll wait and see what that does. But here we go, we've got an infantry push coming in here from LucifroN at the moment. Marine and medevac only, and of course combat shield should be done, +1 Terran infantry will probably be done at a very similar time. Surprised the push is going off before they finished. +1 infantry weapons is now finished though. There goes down the scan, sees exactly what there. 4 medevacs completely loaded up, dropping up into the main base. That completely drops out the way of the Force Hoods. The Dark Shrine isn't quite done yet, so we're not going to see any Archons. The pylon gets picked off very quickly. And now, here we go with the engagement. Stim is done, and of course those stims are being very helpful. The medevacs healing up most of the damage, and with no Marauders there, those Immortals are doing very little damage. And well, we've got Marines coming into the natural base as well, but this force is getting cleaned up very easily, and with Marines behind, there's no way for the Protoss army to escape. Both Immortals getting focused down, and this is probably going to be GG, to be honest. There's no units there. The only real saving grace would be to, well, a temporary save would be to warp in a whole ton of DTs and just hope your opponent doesn't scan, because other than that, the probes are being pulled, and this is definitely going to be GG now. There's no way at all I can see NightEnD being able to defend this. He's got the photon cannon there, but that's getting taken out. So many probes are dying. If we look at the work count, just absolutely crumble behind this. Now, we've got 1 DT morphing in here. Again, that will eventually pick it off, but there goes down the scan, and that is going to be very frustrating indeed for NightEnD, because that really was his only hope of staying in this game. If we look at the worker count, it's, well, 30 behind that of his opponent. NightEnD has managed to sneak a single DT in, starting to pick off those SCVs, but he's not going to have enough firepower to do that. And there's the GG. Well played, and well, that was an awesome game and really well played by LucifroN. Nice little timing push. NightEnD, good strategy, just didn't get the stuff out quickly enough. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please subscribe. I get new games up daily. Leave a cool comment and like the video. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow for another new cast. Bye for now.